G'day battlers, and today we're doing some more Forest Cup battles up against Ye Olde English 22 and Crusader later on in the video. Now we have Kingdra up against Galvantula, which is not a good matchup here, but Kingdra is actually a really good Pokemon in this cup. I kind of went over it a little bit at the start. I didn't really think it was going to be that good. I kind of thought it would kind of have some general-ish matchups here or there. It wasn't the king of the meta by any means, but it's definitely kind of won me over a little bit just because it does have that generalist sort of neutral damage going on, and it has that Octazooka which just got the debuff on the Galvantula, and it kind of seemed like the Dragon Breath and the Volt Switches were kind of matching each other, so they decided that they had to switch out into Kingdra. Lucky for us, we had Azumarill in the back. Now we still don't have a team kind of put together at this point, so I'm just kind of running a variety of Forest Cup picks. I say a variety, but I kind of need to build up more Pokemon. For example, I don't actually have a Ferrothorn yet. Ferrothorn yet, so that's something I need to build. And we were able to land that player up on the Kingdra, which took it out, and now in comes the Galvantula. And we're not quite able to bubble it down, but it is very weak at this point, so we decided to bring in the Sunny Castform, hoping to Ember it down before it can get a charge move off. And then in comes Blaziken in the back, so this is something that we're going to have to kind of play around a little bit, just because we were a little worried that he had like a Stone Edge, like he used in Elite TM on the Blaziken, which a lot of people have been doing. For those wondering, I did buy one of the boxes because I had the coin sitting around from some singing gyms. I haven't put any money into the game. It was just the free coins that I've built up. So I bought an Elite TM, but I'm not sure what I'm going to spend it on yet. And there we were able to Ember down the Blaziken and take that game one. So that's GG's there. And I actually just bumped into this Ye Olde English 22 on the Go Stadium Discord. So we're just looking for good friend battles, and we mashed with each other up, so here we are, and now we have Mantine up against Blaziken, and he switches out of there, so I think we're pretty confident that he doesn't have Stone Edge, but in comes the Ferrothorn, and this is not a good matchup for Mantine so much, mainly because we don't have the Aerial Ace, which would be nicer to have than Ice Beam. I'm pretty sure that's a better move than Ice Beam, although I'm actually not sure about that. That's probably something I should check. And I should also change my Mantine's quick move from Bullet Seed, because that is not the ideal moveset. Again, it's just there for the fast energy generation to get the bubble beams off faster for any Mantine mirror matches. We tank one charge move and then throw the discharge, just trying to do some amount of damage and kind of hoping that they might take the shield, even though we didn't even have the Bug Buzz yet. So, I mean, maybe we should have gone straight for the Bug Buzz, but it was a failed bait. So we end up having to shield this Power Whip, and then I think we're going to just go for another discharge now because the Ferrothorn is so low. So we charge up a little bit of extra energy because he just thrown the charge move and then throw the charge move to, hopefully to take out the Ferrothorn, but does shield it up, so we're actually able to throw back-to-back discharges. I was able to sneak in a Bullet Seed, but it doesn't really matter as long as he wasn't able to get a charge move off. And actually, burns his next shield, switches into the Blaziken. We were hoping to get the discharge off, but unfortunately weren't able to do so. But before we went down, we were able to take out almost half of the Blaziken's health, which is definitely massive. So we eat that Blast Burn because Swampert can take it, and then throw this Hydro Cannon to take out the Blaziken before we got hit with another charge move, which we were kind of worried about getting hit by a Blaziken taking us out, because it wouldn't look great for Swampert to lose the Blaziken. But yeah, in comes back the Ferrothorn, hoping to get an Hydro Cannon off, but he's actually throwing his energy here, so I think he was a little bit worried about where we were at for energy and didn't want to get taken out himself. So definitely good for us that he threw the energy. Although now we have Mantine, and I kind of didn't realize how little damage we would be doing here with Bullet Seed. So we have to shield up the Power Whip, and then actually switches out into Lantern. At this point, it's like, yeah, we've lost this game. There's no coming back from this one. There's really nothing we can do at all. We decided to throw the bubble beams to try and do something, but it's clearly a game lost here. Kind of just killing time here by throwing the bubble beams. Don't tell me you threw a third one. So yeah, glad to finally be going down here to the Lantern Thunderbolt, and that is GG's there. So going into a game 3 of the best of 3 here, and getting a rare candy, which is nice to have, seeing as we're not getting rare candy from raids because they haven't released remote rating yet, and we have catch a fantastic lead with Meganium versus Lantern, so expecting a quick switch out into Ferrothorn. So this time we did bring in the Blaziken because we kind of got walled by Ferrothorn in the previous matchup, and that is kind of a thing with the Forest Cup that I've seen other people saying as well, that you kind of need to have a specific counter for Ferrothorn, or else you can kind of get stuck because you can sort of just charge up energy faster than most other Pokemon. They can kind of just burn shields and win out matchups. So definitely something that, I mean, Blaziken might end up being something that you need, or rather, and you're going to need some sort of fire type. We end up deciding to throw the Focus Blast, hoping for the almighty hit, but unfortunately didn't go through, unlike the last video up against Jake Does Hurdles. So in comes the Kingdra. We were a little bit scared about an Ice Beam coming through from the Man team, so I was like, oh, do I want to burn a shield? We won't burn it on the first one. Ends up being a Bubble Beam, and I really shouldn't have been that worried about Ice Beam because it's definitely better to have Aerial Ace in this cup instead of Ice Beam, so probably shouldn't have been a shield that I burnt there. Should have expected that he just had Bubble Beam and Aerial Ace, but hindsight's 2020. We live and we learn so that we can do better in the next battles. That's why we practice battle, and we were able to get the attack debuff on the Man team, which is definitely a little bit helpful, especially when Man team's throwing so many debuffs our way. And does throw the Aerial Ace, so confirming the moveset there. And I mean, maybe we should have gone for the Outrage there just for the confirmed kill. Here I wasn't really sure how much Octazooka was going to do, especially after being so debuffed. And yeah, we aren't even able to quite take it out, so we're kind of hoping that it's a Bubble Beam. It doesn't quite finish us off, but it is the Aerial Ace and does take us out, so it doesn't actually really matter that much because he only has the one Pokemon in the back. And we decided to go for the Earthquake for style points. Frenzy Clan and Earthquake actually do the same amount of damage, so I will kind of think that it would also take out the Lantern, but it didn't quite. But it doesn't matter, we're going to be able to tank this charge move no matter what it is. It's a Thunderbolt, and we are going to be able to just Secret Vine Whip that down, and that is GG. So thank you, Ye Old English 22 for the battles. I think I've said your name right. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it'll be in the description and everywhere else, correct? So yeah. Anyway, up against opponent numero uno in the video, Crusader, and we have Electric v Electric here, Volt switching a competition. So we were kind of thinking to try and switch out there to maybe catch the charge move, but we didn't really have anything to switch into. So we ended up getting hit by Thunder Punch, charged some more energy, and we end up throwing the discharge here, just kind of maybe trying to threaten a shield out of Ampharos. It does get a shield, because it is obviously Battle of the Volt Switches here, and we weren't able to successfully get he was able to get a Volt Switch through while we were clicking the charge move basically, so definitely not great for us. We decided to burn the shield here, thinking that we can get another charge move. Kind of a risky play, especially because he did sneak in that extra quick move, so we end up having to burn both of our shields on Galvantula to win out this league matchup, which is not the best. We are able to Volt Switch down though, so we've paid a shield for a switch advantage basically. Throw the discharge straight away, and it is a Vespiquen, so definitely good that it has the flying typing, so this will still do super effective. Gets shielded up, and we were hoping to get that last discharge, but we couldn't even get the Volt Switch damage through onto the Vespiquen. So I think we're going to bring in the Blaziken here, hoping that we can maybe get to a Blast Burn. Because we don't have Blaze Kick, we kind of are lacking a little bit of speed. We kind of hoped to catch some sort of charge move onto the Man team, but unfortunately they weren't going for it, and they end up getting this Power Jam off here, switching to Kingdra, and we went for the Bubble Beam, and we really probably... I guess it's not the worst play, because it's not like Ice Beam would have absolutely destroyed Kingdra either, so I guess okay to get a debuff off, and we still get an Ice Beam off, so yeah, I guess not the worst play in the world. Does do a ton of damage though, so maybe we probably should have gone for double Ice Beam now that I'm thinking about it in retrospect, and then probably would have taken the Kingdra out. Blaziken wouldn't have come out here to getting hit by an Octazooka. Definitely hurts, and down we go to the Kingdra, and he still had a Pokemon in the back. So yeah, definitely getting schooled here. We have not done a lot of Forest Cup practice, and it is definitely showing here. So kind of just doing some more Kingdra action, getting this neutral damage going in the mirror match. We'll kind of see what sort of shielding and charge move situations we go for. He goes for the charge move, so we decide to shield up and hope that the debuff doesn't come through and we can just Dragon Breath down. Unfortunately, we get debuffed, so we're like, oh, well, that ruins this whole plan, so we have to switch out now, or else we lose shield advantage and switch advantage. So we switch into Lantern, get some energy going, and in comes the Ferrothorn. So this is Lantern's Nightmare. We decide to throw the Thunderbolt because there's no, I guess maybe... Actually, I don't know which move is more effective, because I'm kind of not in the Forest Cup zone yet. I'm still getting into it. These are only like my, maybe my 5th set of battles here up against Crusader. So I'm definitely still fairly new, kind of feeling my way through the meta, seeing what you need, what you don't need. Coming in, throwing an Octazooka straight onto that, onto the Ferrothorn. I keep forgetting Ferrothorn's name, and I'm not really sure how I'm doing it. I guess that's just because I don't have one yet. But yeah, we do get the debuff, and unfortunately he gets a lot of energy on the Kingdra, and we have a Zoom Roll in the back, which is going to be weak to any Power Whips or Thunders that he might have. So yeah, we're going to get hit by Power Whips. Lucky for us, Kingdra did debuff the Ferrothorn, so it's not as deadly as it could have been. Going to get hit by another Power Whip here, and we can tank it, so we decide to let it come through, knowing that if he were to switch out the Ferrothorn and then have a Power Whip from the back, that it would be doing more damage because he would no longer be debuffed. And we are able to bubble down the Ferrothorn. He still has a shield though, and in comes Heracross in the back. So yeah, this is GG's. We go straight for this Ice Beam, and you actually notice that I'm running the Ice Beam Play Rough Azumarill here. So I do have two Azumarills built, one that has Ice Beam Play Rough and then one that has Ice Beam Hydro Pump, or Play Rough Hydro Pump. The Play Rough Hydro Pump is locked into Voyager Cup online tournaments at the moment, so I can't change the moveset there. So just gonna be using the Ice Beam Play Rough one there, I guess, for a lot of battles, which is pretty bad RBs, but hey, what are you gonna do? Now we have Sunny Castform up against Crustle here, and as much as he's got the Bug typing, he also has the Rock typing, so it's kind of like a back and forth sort of matchup. Like, we're going to be taking a lot of damage from the charge moves that he might get through. He's going to be taking a lot of damage from the charge moves we can get through. So we catch the charge move by switching into the Whiscash there. We knew that they were getting to the charge moves around the same sort of time. So as the Sunny Castform got to its charge move, we switched out and caught it with the Whiscash successfully. Going to take another charge move here because we know we can. It is just an X-Scissor, and we farm up a little bit of extra energy and then throw the Mud Bomb here, which will do a ton of damage to Crustle. Yep, does take it out. Still holding onto that shield, and in comes Vespiquen, so we're going to go straight for the Blizzard, knowing that we're going to have to burn that last shield. But unfortunately, he gets the CMP tie, so we're going to have to burn the shield, knowing that we decided to burn that shield so that we can get the Blizzard off. We knew that he would have to burn a shield or like take a massive chunk out of a Pokemon, and does burn that shield. So we kind of decided we made the decision to trade shields, basically. Unfortunately for us, it let Vespiquen get a lot of energy on the Whiscash, so I'm not sure if it ended up being the best play because, yeah, they've got a lot of energy stored up there. Bring in the Sunny Castform, and we are able to get this Weather Ball off straight away. Unfortunately, it's not like the biggest damaging move, so it does a lot of damage, but it doesn't do as much damage as we would really like in this situation. So Vespiquen has tons of energy here. Going to unload, throwing just an X-Scissor. I guess trying to, maybe they clicked it earlier, but in comes Ampharos, which is not great for Azumarill. We decided to throw the Play Rough just to get some damage out before we kind of like take the risk of being CMP tied or whatever. So we've taken out a lot of Ampharos' health, but now there's a lot of stuff riding on Sunny Castform being able to take out the win here. Ampharos is able to get 2 whole Volt Switches out onto Azumarill, which is not looking great for us. Not able to take down the Ampharos before a charge move comes through because he was able to get those 2 Volt Switches, throwing the Dragon Pulse, so definitely a fun one there. Probably not the best move in this cup, and then Vespiquen, because they got so much energy before, able to get the charge move off before us and take out the Sunny Castform. So that is GG, so thank you to both of you for the battles. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one for more Forest Cup videos coming soon. And also, actually, the next video will be my thank you 1000 subscribers video, so I know I've said that's coming out for like the last week or so, but yeah, it's the next video. It's coming out tomorrow, so like 24 hours after this video upload, that one will be uploaded, so yeah, expect that. And thank you to my patrons, Militime9458, brajSF, NegativeBen10 and NotRandyN3wman for supporting the channel. I actually didn't say Militime9458's name in like the last video. No one picked up on it though, or at least no one mentioned it, so sorry Militime9458, but yeah, I guess another thank you to Militime9458 to make up for it. So yeah, sorry for making this really long, so see you in the next Forest Cup video. No, see you in the next 1000 subscriber thank you video, then the Forest Cup video after that. I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, okay, bye.